Hello, everyone, and welcome for another weekly discussion of Kids Deserve It. We will be starting here in just a couple minutes. As we let people join in, I would love to know where you are watching from. So if you can go ahead and type in where you are joining us from, I would love to know some of the locations for this evening. I see I have a couple friends here, Andrea and Stephanie. Great to see both of y'all. Love seeing y'all here every week. So we will go ahead and get started. My name is Todd Nesloni. I am the co-author of Kids Deserve It. I'm thrilled to be here with everyone tonight. Would love if you could also help me out and do me a favor by sliding over and sharing this Periscope on Twitter and Facebook and with your followers, as I'd love to get the word out about some of the messages we share in this book. So this week is chapter 11 that I'm discussing, and this one is another short chapter, kind of like Leave It in Your Car, and this one is called What's Your Message? I think this is a very powerful chapter, even though it is a very short chapter. This chapter talks about, what are the messages that we are sending off as educators, whether we are classroom leaders or campus leaders. Is it a message of us complaining and talking about how terrible things are all the time? Because I think sometimes as educators, it's a very easy thing to do. It's very easy for us to just go and talk about all the things that are wrong with the system or with our people in charge of us or whatever. And I love what one of my family members said to me, and it's always kept me really reminded and grounded. She said, why do teachers complain so much on social media? She said, if I complained that much on social media, I would be fired or written up. And I thought, that's so true, that we have such a great opportunity to work with kids and a great responsibility that we are put before us, that when we put out on social media all the complaints all the time, it makes people wonder, why are they really in this? Or do they really care about our kids? And sometimes the messages that we send are messages that are very subtle. They're messages with our body language. Maybe we walk down the hall and we've got a frown on our face. Maybe we aren't speaking to anyone. Our arms are crossed across our chest all the time. We have to think about how we're doing that. Now, I admit, and I know my co-author Adam will admit this as well, but we both fall into the complaining sometimes. And I love to tell people, I'm totally fine with you complaining as long as you also come with solutions. Because if all we do is sit there and complain, who are we really helping and what are we really doing? And so I think it's important to make sure that if there is something you're going to complain about, that you come with ideas on how to fix it. It's also important that we don't wallow in the negativity, that we try to find ways to really build up other people around us and support others. Because there's a lot of research that says when you build up others, it actually increases your mood more than it does the other people's mood. So I think it's important for us to find ways to celebrate those around us and to bring in the positivity. Now, some of you may be on teams in schools and districts that are just a very negative place, and it's very draining to be around that. That's one of the reasons why I got connected on social media, was it connected me with other people who would help lift me up and encourage me, even if sometimes I wasn't feeling it with the people that were around me. So that's why I always talk about the importance of getting out there and connecting with others, because your people are out there. You just have to find them. I think another part that I really like in this is that someone is always watching every word that you say and every move that you make, even when you think they're not. And I tell my fifth graders this all the time, that those little kindergartners are going to watch everything you do, even when you don't see it. And I think it's important as adults to remember that as well. There's times when adults will snap at each other, or will have an attitude about something, or will complain in front of their kids, and the kids don't forget it. And I find it funny when students will come up to me at my school and go, oh, my teacher said this today, or this happened at home, or my mama said this. And I go, wow, they're watching everything. And I always find interesting too when they notice things that I said or did that I would have never thought would have been remembered or even left an impact. But that's why it's very important to make sure that the message that we're sending off is a message that we want to be emulated, that we want to be spread. Because can be sending off a very negative message, but we can be sending off a very positive one as well. And like I said earlier, it's not always easy. There are some days where there is nothing positive that I want to talk about, and I just want to sit and wallow and complain and surround myself with other people who will complain with me. And then I have to remember, I have so many things to be thankful for, and so much that is going right in what I'm doing, that I have to try to focus on those, because the kids that I'm working with, they won't get another shot at today. And I want to give them the best today they can possibly have. And so what I encourage you to do this week and over the next couple days is think about the message that you are sending out, whether it is what you're saying, what you're doing, your facial expressions, your body language. Try to really focus in on what message you're sending. And even take some time to ask some people around you, whether it's your students, your peers, your family, like, how have I been lately? Have I been complaining a lot? What are some things that I can do better to really lift up others and really step out of your comfort zone to seek what other people are noticing about you and work on doing that, because we all have days that we complain and we all have days that we feel terrible. So it's not anything to take personally. The only problem is when every day is a day that we're complaining and every day is a day that we're setting a bad example. We've got to find those silver linings to look at to make sure that we're able to keep going on the path that we're going so that we don't get burnt out. I hope every one of you have a great week, and I hope that you join our Twitter chat at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time tonight as we chat about this chapter with people from all over the world. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you online.